Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at therapyhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This reading is a love reading by itself. I know you guys don't usually see me do that, but because it's like February and February is a month of love and Valentine's Day and all that kind of stuff, I decided to separate them out this month. So this video should be for Pisces, and so I'm just shuffling up the first deck that I'm gonna pull cards from, which is the Romance Angels deck. The second deck I'll be using is the Whispers of Love deck. So let's see what wants to come up for you, Pisces. So your love cards for February are religious factors. Ooh. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay. And the next one is love yourself first, and it says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay, it says treasure your loved ones. With the description, it is important to love others deeply. And the next card is appreciate this moment. With each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So what I see with these cards is that these cards could really be speaking to somebody that is single. The religious factors card pairing up with love yourself first could be saying that like the most obvious message could be saying that maybe you have religious beliefs that kind of interfere with you being in a relationship, or maybe you have certain belief systems that make you think that relationship should be a certain way, or the process should be a certain way. Maybe you have very traditional views when it comes to relationships as well. But it's saying to love yourself first. And I think, to be entirely honest with you, you're the first sign to receive this card in a reading. And I think that's probably the most important card out of all the cards that's in that deck. Because if you, like, it sounds just so cliche, like, because people always say, oh, if you can't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. But that honestly is the truth. Loving you is the main factor when it comes to any relationship, because sometimes we feel like we want to be with somebody because there are things that are missing within ourselves. We want somebody else to give us the confidence that we don't have. We want somebody else to give us the love that we don't give ourselves. And that is impossible. If you don't love yourself, no one can give you enough love to make you love yourself. And so you have to develop that relationship, and you have to sort of, be able to allow yourself to really feel like, okay, I'm okay exactly the way I am. I'm fine being who I am. I enjoy who I am. I know what I offer to others. I know what makes me unique, what makes me special. And if you know all of those things about yourself and really believe all those things about yourself, then when you get into a relationship, you are a bit more confident, because you know exactly who you are. And you know also when you're showing up as a person with certain issues. Like, the better relationship you have with yourself, you'll be able to even see not only the nicer parts of yourself, but you'll be able to even understand the shadow parts of yourself, the parts of yourself that maybe you don't like so much, you do try to hide, you do try to suppress. And even when you're in a relationship and that side is kind of showing itself, you'll be able to get that, okay, this is the not so pleasant side of me that I have to sort out, that I have to deal with in this relationship. And if you have that understanding, if you're fully self-aware, then it means that you can have even healthier relationships with other people, because you know when you're acting crazy, you know when you're being when you're being not the most understanding person, when you're being difficult. All those things help. But you get quite a lot of people that don't do that kind of internal work on themselves, and then when they are acting crazy in a relationship, they don't see it. They don't see nothing wrong with the way they're behaving, and then think, oh, it's all the other person, when it's not all the other person's fault. So that's kind of what I see with that card for you. And the next card saying treasure your loved ones, and that's showing up under the religious factor card, is, I think that this card can also apply to any kind of belief system that you adopt. And I think that is saying that you've adopted some belief systems from your family. Maybe there were certain things that your family believed in, ways that your family did things, or ways that your family taught you about relationships. And sometimes those beliefs may conflict with new beliefs that you have, or it may conflict with maybe you decided to go in a different direction when it comes to your religion, when it comes to your beliefs. Maybe you want to do something differently to what you was always told, and it, like, other people may look at you like, why are you doing that? I taught you this way, why aren't you doing what I taught you to do? And it may cause issues, but it's still saying value the old practices that you have, value the more traditional way that you was taught to do things. It doesn't mean you have to do things that way, though. It just means that you don't have to look at it like it was all wrong. Like, for me, my experience of, like I've mentioned before in previous videos, of Christianity, when I was raised as a Christian and stuff like that, was, at one point it was quite negative when I left the church and everything. My viewpoint was negative. But then now, over time, that I've become more ingrained in my own sense of spirituality, I can see how that process was relevant for me to be the person that I am now. So I can't begrudge my family for raising me a certain way and teaching me certain things. The only thing I can do is I can, for one, see where it did help me and where it did help to get me to where I am now, and appreciate the process, because that was obviously what I needed to experience at that time in my life. And so it's kind of telling you the same thing in terms of your relationships. Whatever you've been taught in the past, value it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow it. So that's what it is. And it says appreciate this moment, and this card showed up under the love yourself first card. So it's kind of telling you that the way things are for you now, where you're at right now, is entirely fine. If you are single, it's entirely fine. If you are in a relationship, that is fine as well. But it's kind of saying, showing up under this other card, is saying that do not get lost in your relationships though. Don't feel like because you are with somebody else that you have to almost become a carbon copy of this other person and lose yourself in the process. You have to be able to value yourself and know, and have your own identity too. Hold on to your own identity. Don't feel like, okay, now that me and this person are together, now we're like just like this, we're one entirely. It can't be that way. You still have to be you. You still have to be an individual. You still have to be unique. And so I think that if you get in a position where you are kind of feeling lost in a relationship, it's saying that you have to kind of get yourself back. So yes, peace and many blessings to you, Pisces. I'll be seeing you. Bye.